Alright, here I am on Palomar Mountain Road, one of my favourite driving roads that I've discovered yet. We're in California, San Diego, and this road ahead, it's 7 o'clock in the morning. I was hoping to be here a little bit earlier, but one of the roads to get in here was closed. So, we're in the 2015 BMW M4. Now this one is only a couple of weeks old. I've had it for about 3 weeks now. And it's only got, what do we got here? We've got 1,200 miles on it, so it's about going for its first service where they unlock the launch control and apparently unlock more power. But I'll be looking forward to see what that's like once I get it back. But anyhow, this is a really beautiful part of San Diego where I live. These mountains and the mountain roads, the little twisties and switchbacks, this is one of my favorites because you have all these wonderful tight turns, but then every now and again you get this beautiful piece of straight road as well, so you can stick your foot down a bit. Anyhow, I'm gonna shut the hell up right now and enjoy my drive. And of course, there's a car right in front of me that wants to slow me down. Wonderful. This guy's doing 29 miles an hour. So, a couple of choices. Do I back off or do I just let this dude go ahead? Or do I find a nice little spot to blast past him, break the law on the double yellow lines, and risk killing myself? Or there is the possibility that he will see me right up his arse like this and do the courteous thing and pull over. But my money is not on that. Well, this is boring as shit for you to watch, so I'll probably edit this out for you. Get a lot of bikes up here. The bikes love these roads. Now you can see why. I don't know if you can see this view coming up ahead, but this gorgeous kind of morning fog, mist, whatever, is probably going to lift in probably about 20 minutes. It'll be gone. 30 minutes maybe. Roads are always dry out here. That's why I love. And you can probably tell I'm from England, where it just pisses it down with rain constantly, and it's a real pain in the ass to enjoy a nice car out there unless you track it. But even then, it still rains. So it makes British drivers actually pretty good drivers. Obviously not all of them, but most of them know how to drive in the rain. Alright, this looks like I could burn past him. Gosh, I wish I could see down the other side. No, that's a risky one. Plus he put his foot down. Well, you know, while we're waiting for this guy to hopefully drive off the side. Oh, here we go. Holy shish kebab. Anyhow, a little bit about the M4. I don't know, it gets a lot of criticism already. Obviously, new car. Hang on, what's this? Road work. 6 p.m. Alright, that doesn't mean anything to us. So yeah, the M4 against the M3. Of course, everybody who's a M car enthusiast, even when it went from the straight 6 to the V8 E92, everyone was like, "Yeah, it's a V8. It's not the same as a straight 6. Doesn't sound the same. It's heavier." And then they ended up all loving it. And it seems like it's going to be the same shit with this car. Every time that I see a review on YouTube or I read about it or anywhere, they always compliment the car first, because obviously they have to, because they've probably been given one to drive and they don't want to piss off BMW and never get cars again. And then, they praise everything, and then they say, yeah, but it doesn't sound as good. I don't know what to say about that. Yeah, obviously it's a straight 6 twin turbo. Of course it's going to sound different. And yeah, of course, the way that engines are going and emissions and yada yada. Well, put it this way, at least we're not all driving fucking hybrids and Priuses and all that bullshit. So, the government in this country is trying to do their bit for emissions. Do I agree with it? I don't think it really matters. I just like driving a car that's really solid, quality build. It's got tons of guts in it, and handles like it's on rails. But people, it's very easy to comment on a new car about its down points and all that kind of stuff. That's the easiest thing to do. I mean, me personally, I think it sounds actually pretty great. Yeah, the E92 revs out. Yeah, the E92 has a wonderful sing-song sound, and it does. I'm not saying it doesn't. But what I am saying is that I also like the sound of this. Right now the settings that we're in, and there's tons of settings, and people complain about how many settings there are as well. It's an M car, they've always been like that, so, just shut the fuck up and drive your car. Oh shit, I think that could be roadworks. Bloody hell. The day that I want to come out and drive, I tried to get into the other end of this road from the other side, and the road was closed, so then I had to go up the motorway, the freeway, and then cut across. Anyhow, so I guess my point is, this is a wonderful car. It's got loads more torque, a little bit more power. It's a lot stiffer, but there you go again. I've heard a lot of complaints about, oh, it's so stiff, it's bumpy. Of course it is. It's a fucking M car. This is not a bloody family cruiser. This car's purely designed to get round corners fast, But anyhow, I'm sure that you'll all comment on some of the points that I've made, but end of the day, it's such a solid, beautiful car. Now, I decided not to get the adaptive suspension because the suspension that it comes with is solid, and I decided not to get the ceramic brakes because the brakes that it comes with are bloody great. Don't know why you'd want to spend 10 grand on extra brakes unless you park this in your own personal track and you track it every damn day. Most people don't. So, oh, I see what they're doing there. They've literally relayed the road surface. See, this road, I drive this road quite often, and the road surface can be a little bumpy. There was actually quite a few little lumps and bumps, but look at this beautiful ribbon of fresh tarmac that I'm sure is all flicking up. Stones under my car and chipping the paint. Anyhow, whatever. Got to drive it, haven't you? Can't wrap it in bubble wrap. Protect it every single day of its life. But I tell you what, I didn't bother with the adaptive suspension, and then I went for the full leather wrap all the way around, and it really is beautiful. Really, really, really well made car. But of course, you know, Germans make good cars, solid cars, bloody fast cars too. So I've had it for 1,255 miles. I think I've done that in 2 weeks, maybe 3. I don't know. I've lost count. But that's plenty of time to figure out the settings that you love, to figure out how the car drives. Of course, you know, driving on the road all the time. The limit, honestly, you know, I've had the back out drifting a couple of times, but you know, I'm driving it on the road, so until I do take it to its first visit to the track, gosh, those limits are pretty high to find. So I'll be looking forward to that, and then also looking forward to taking it to the El Toro airstrip in Irvine. See if we can max this thing out, see what it'll do. Funny thing, the whole 155 lockout thing on Beamers and Benz and Audis, you know, I think all the German cars except for Porsches, they say that it locks out at 155 miles an hour. But on a closed piece of private road, I can tell you that this car did not do anything of the sort of locking out. It easily stretched its legs to 175, and the car just felt solid as you like. It truly didn't feel like it would hop or excuse me. It didn't feel like it was hopping around anywhere. I mean, it was good road surface, but super solid. It's a lot of fun. It's a really great car, and you know what? When you look at the base price and the options that you can add to it, it's not all that expensive. Heck, you can lease one of these things pretty easily. It's getting a little bright. I'm going to have to put my sunnies on. Well, I was really hoping that this road was going to be a little bit more deserted, and as you can see, I've been staring up the arse end of a VW wagon. I don't know what the hell it is. I'm not really interested in VWs, to be honest with you. So, a couple of really cool things that I really love about this car. Of course, the driving position is awesome, and you can change it to, you know, whatever you want, but I always prefer to have the seat literally as low as it will possibly go. And, you know, when you get into that really low position, gosh, you know, you're really staring down the nose. You feel like you're almost in a, you know, kind of like a race car driving position, which is low and kind of tilted so that you are looking right down the nose of the motor. actual seats themselves are unbelievably high quality. They really do hug you, and you have the inflatable bolster. Actually, here we go. I think I'll pull over just a little minute here. These cars up ahead are driving me bloody crazy. And what we'll do is we'll there's a nice bit of straight road here. So we'll wait for those idiots to bugger off, and then stick our foot down a little bit. Oh shit, here comes a car behind me. Fuck it. You can see this thing, you know, it goes really, really well. It's got plenty of poke in it. So my M settings that I'm in right now, M1 is what I mean. Bloody hell, my throat. Is basically everything on its most fierce setting with the traction control completely off. You know, when there's a button down here that you hit your traction control for off, but it's like, I don't know, 50-60% off. You have to actually go into the iDrive settings and completely switch it off. So I did that right from the beginning. It makes a hell of a lot of difference. But I tell you what though, if you are not careful with everything switched off and everything in its most fierce attack position, this car will take a bite. And what I mean is you know, if you're not careful and you get the gas down a little too early out of corners, or you know, or if you're just in a straight line and you just want to floor the damn thing, you know, the arse end will squiggle around all over the place. It's pretty easy to break the arse end loose, the back end of the car. So you know, it's a lot of fun, definitely a lot of fun. Gosh, can't think of anything that I'd rather be doing than driving on a mountain road in a car with 400 plus horsepower and a shitload of torque. But yeah, you do have to be a little careful. But I tell you what, when it happens to you for the first time, when you feel the tail end go out, and you know you kind of got it a little bit wrong. And you know what? We've all got to get it wrong to figure out how to do it right. I don't know. That's the way I look at it. But try not to get it too wrong, or obviously, especially on some of these roads, you'll be falling off the side of the mountain, and that'll be the end of it. But you know, going into these corners, you definitely teach yourself a lesson. But as I was saying, you know, when it first kind of steps out, your heart gets beating and you kind of shit yourself a little bit, which, to be honest, is bloody great. I love that feeling. But like you can see, these roads are really nice. You know, it's the mixture of, you know, a couple of nice tight little switchbacks, and then you get a nice bit of straight. Gosh, I wish these cars ahead of me weren't here. You know, my fault. I didn't get here early enough. I should have been here at 6 instead of, what is it?